Strangers, believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, beneath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my bite. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a creeping through the shadows and the corners of your mind. go where the wind blows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a
Greetings, guys! Welcome to Nonpartisan Media Live. I'm officially calling that the show, I guess. But yeah, basically, guys, we're going to go through. We've got a lot of topics to talk about tonight. So we are going to try and push them as fast as we can, just because of the fact that there is just so much to digest. That said, guys, obviously you're tuning in. Please smack that like button. Obviously, that will obviously let YouTube know that I'm nice, I suppose. And apart from that, guys, obviously at the end of the day, let's super chats are active if you're interested. Chat is also active if you're interested. And apart from that, let's jump into it. So bringing in the usual guest today is my Discord friend, Satellite of Discontent. Discord, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Also, am I coming through on the audio good?
Yep, sounding fine, man. Also, guys, he has got this up on his Chute channel, which obviously is linked in the description below. So obviously go and check out that stuff as well. So you want to just jump into it, man, and let's just get started because there's so much to talk about tonight.
Yeah, there is a lot.
Yeah.
It's getting annoying.
Oh, no, tell me about it. So North Korea, guys, crack a joke about fake news, CNN and NBC during Pompeo's trip to Pyongyang. So, one North Korea official reportedly decided to have a little fun with the media accompanying Secretary of State Mike Pompeo on his recent visit to North Korea. As reporters boarded the van that would take them from the airport to the guest house in Pyongyang, one of the media handlers asked about the various outlets represented. No CNN, no NBC reporters, he asked, jokingly adding, quote, "In this van, no fake news. The two outlets have been target of constant criticism from Trump administration." Goes on to say that one of the reporters asked the guide what happened, would he expected from the meeting. Quote, "We'll have to see, like the president says." He responded, suggesting that he is very familiar with the American media as well as the accompanying drama. So look, at the end of the day, just a bit of a guide. We're going to start off light, guys. So yeah, just a guide having a little bit of fun with mainstream media, just cracking some jokes in regards to obviously fake news. don't really have much to say. I just wanted to start off light. What are your thoughts on this? Do you reckon it's advisable for the North Koreans to do these sort of jokes, or do you think it sort of shows them sort of in Trump's pocket, so to speak, or?
Cracking a few light-hearted jokes on social media. It's nothing much.
Can't really see a
I
problem with
wouldn't
it.
worry about it.
No. Yeah, no, I couldn't really see a problem with it much either. I'm surprised that mainstream media hasn't gone through and, basically tried to link this to Trump somehow. We know they probably always would. Hey, at least the North Koreans have more of a sense of humour than the left does at this moment. So that is scary, I suppose, in itself.
Yeah, that's... Okay, yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah. But let's jumping on to the second light topic that we're going to make a lot of fun with, which is anti-gun violence protesters take over Chicago's highway. All I'm going to say is GTA, anybody? But hundreds of people took over a major Chicago highway Saturday, shutting down all northbound lanes on traffic on Interstate 94, better likely known as the Dan Ryan Express, to protest gun violence in the city. Yes, so a whole bunch of black people shooting a whole bunch of black people. And what do? They decide to go and become roadkill. The Dan Ryan shuts down as it was billed by the organisers by Chicago Strong, a group of students advocating to reduce gun-related deaths. Because nothing wants to get you more on their side than a bunch of students blocking a interstate when people are trying to go about their daily life. Because that would win me over. Like, personally, if I was sitting in traffic for 4 hours waiting for a bunch of brain-dead leftists to get off the frigging highway, that in itself would make me think maybe they have a point. I don't know.
I think I know what they should do. They should find out how many people were affected by it, and then fine each protester the amount of petrol wasted to each driver.
Yeah, well, over in America at the moment, it's the middle of winter, right? So, middle of summer, sorry. So, at the end of the day, these guys are sitting on a highway in the middle of summer, in the middle of the day. They can't go anywhere because there's a bunch of brain-dead morons literally standing in the highway. Like, all I'm thinking is that I think it's New Carolina, I think it is, has the rule that you can drive over protesters if they're in the middle of a highway. I'm thinking, can we make that rule universal in America right about now? Like...
I agree. Let's do that.
Yeah. Like,
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. GTA, mother something or others, and I don't want to be mean to these protesters. Okay, they're young, they're misguided, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, you're in the middle of the highway. How does anybody think this is a good idea? How does anybody think this is going to bring you over to their cause? Like this makes me want to do gun violence. Jokingly, YouTube. All right. But I'm just saying, if I was trapped in a hot car in the middle of a day for 4 hours because of a whole bunch of leftists protesting against gun, it makes me want to go and buy one. To use as recreational hunting, YouTube. But I'm just saying, that it's not going to win anybody's over.
No, it's not going to win anyone over. I've seen these protests go down before. Some people actually do lose their shit and run people over.
Yeah, and I would not blame them. I don't want that to happen, YouTube. But I would not want that to happen. But I'm surprised someone did not yell, GTA, mother something or others, and just bulldoze a whole bunch of people over. I'm really surprised. Like, I would have put money on it. Like, Vegas... $100 down on someone gets ran over by the end of the day. And the worst thing is that apparently the police department was okay with this because they originally shut down a few lanes, and then the police department was like, nah, you can shut down the whole southbound lane. Go for it, knock yourselves out. And then they took over the whole highway and stopped complete traffic for like 4 hours. Like, makes me want to go and re at the sun. But anyway, I don't know. What are your thoughts about this, dude? Anything else?
No, just run them over. I think people just need to grow a set and just start running them over.
True.
You see those trucks there, or them trucks along there?
Mm.
Yeah, so just all them, just pull out and just go.
Like, there were a lot of people there, dude.
That's what they do.
There was a lot of people in this. Like,
I think it's fine. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to miss those people. They're just lefties.
They're leftists. Yeah. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's jump on to the next topic because this makes me want to just scream. So, a George Webb employee seriously injured after attack from a man who went behind the counter. We do have the video. We will play that for the guys playing at home in a sec. So, in Milwaukee, police are looking for a man who went behind the counter of a Southside George Webb restaurant and punched an employee in the face. As it happened on Friday the 29th of June, just after 1 a.m, the restaurant near St. First Street in Mitchell, police say the woman was seriously injured and was transported to an area hospital. Police say they are now searching for the known suspects. So, the Milwaukee alderman, Bob Donovan, said the surveillance video to today's TMJ4 and hopes the public can help the Milwaukee Police Department locate the suspect as soon as possible. Quote, "It's sick to see this unsuspecting worker assaulted so brutally that this individual," said Alderman Donovan, chair of the Public Safety and Health Committee, in the news release. "It was an unprovoked attack, and I am asking anyone with information to please contact MPD immediately. The phone number is 141... Sorry, start again. The phone number is 414-935-7360. So if you do recognise this guy, please give up him to the police department. I will play the video for the people playing at home. Just very quickly, I'll just turn it down a little bit. So it actually looks like there, when he hits her, she goes flying into the fryer. Oh, no. Now, the interesting thing is that in this, the second girl, the girl in the black, has a handgun, which is what she's actually holding out. And basically she is telling him to BTFO. Which is, God knows what would have happened if she didn't have that, because obviously handguns are a great equalizer. And yeah, she's basically, God knows what he would have done. He's gone behind a counter, punched some girl in the face, unprovoked, and at the end of the day, no one sort of understands why. Obviously, they'll ask him that when they catch him. But I don't know. Is it wrong for me to wish the girl with the gun put a round in his knee or something? Is that?
I don't know. I mean, depends on what the hell's going on with this guy. But you know, if he's that much of a danger, you could always just go for the triangle shape that the cops do on the chest. Boom,
True.
boom, boom.
Well, that's the interesting thing, is that Twitter actually responded by this very, very aggressively, to say the least. What they did was Twitter actually went through and was begging the girl to basically put a few rounds in him. Their words, Twitter, not mine, or YouTube. But yeah, they went through and basically said, yeah, put a few rounds in this guy, and none of us would really care that much. So I don't think he had a lot of friends after this incident. But yeah, I don't know. Is it self-defense though if he does this, or would it be self-defense?
No, because it was unprovoked, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So he's attacked. So he's attacked the girl. No, I'm saying could the girl claim self-defense with him?
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, so she wouldn't get in trouble or anything like
and
that.
Also, in some states, if you produce your weapon and don't use it, you don't shoot someone, then they say it's brandishing a weapon. So you actually have to fire it in some states.
Yeah, so it's actually better to fire it sometimes than it is to just not use it.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, look, obviously I don't want people running around shooting people, but at the end of the day, I think this guy is a POS. I really do. I think he... I'm okay with running around shooting bad people who commit crimes. Yeah, like he just literally walked behind the counter and just smacked the girl in the head, then started walking up to the other one. God knows what he would have done to her. Like, thank God she had a handgun, like I said, because we don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
But
I just had to quickly make sure I said that correctly.
Yeah. But let's jump into the next one. So obviously moving along, because we do have about 5 stories and one of them is about 10 minutes long, so let's keep going. Seth Rogen accuses Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey of protecting white supremacists. Yes, you heard me say that correctly. So Twitter, who has currently gone through and basically banned everybody that's conservative off their platform, is somehow protecting white supremacy. Huh? I don't know how this... I don't even know how that happened. I don't even know how you claim that.
I'm just reading it over myself, actually.
Yeah.
Just to understand the logic.
Sorry, guys. Apparently the chat on the side of the screen wasn't turned on, so I've just turned that on. So, yeah. Hey, Trust. How are you, buddy? Trust says, while you're doing that, hello, when trucks stop the roll... Sorry, when trucks stop, the dollars roll. So I think he means when trucks stop, the dollars stop flowing too. Wow, she pulled that quickly. Well done. Yeah, she definitely did pull that very quickly, and well done to her for that too. Like I said, God knows what would have happened if she hadn't. And the last thing he wrote just then was she knew he was coming. She had her hand on it, but it stepped back, not forward. That's why the employee got hit. I'd have to rewatch the video. I think she does step back, actually.
So she chose not to use her weapon.
Yeah, okay, so... She does actually have a hand in her pocket. Like she's got a hand already out for it. Maybe there were reports that he was causing a scene, or they heard about him coming back there or something. I don't know. That'd be an interesting thing. But yeah, she does have a hand on the gun. So I would say that... Sorry?
He's very lucky.
Yeah, well... Yeah. Mm.
And yeah, this Twitter thing, no. Twitter does not protect white nationalists and alt-right.
No, well, that's it. We know this, but apparently someone needs to tell Seth Rogen that, because apparently he doesn't know that. So Hollywood actor Seth Rogen has accused Twitter's CEO Jack Dorsey of protecting white supremacists using social media platform. Seth Rogen, the actor known for his role films such as Knocked Up and The Interview, took to Twitter recently to accuse the CEO of social media platform Jack Dorsey of failing to crack down on users. Rogen considers white supremacists. So now
I think he's going down a slippery slope, because what it is that the left is anything right to them is becoming the alt-right and white supremacy. So it's just that he's going too far. He's gone so far down the slope that now he thinks anything is white supremacy, and he's just lashing out.
Yeah, so I was going to say, at the end of the day, he's basically turning around saying to Jack Dorsey, I don't like how you're running Twitter. you should take my advice and ban who I want to ban from Twitter. Right?
Yeah. He wants to take control.
That's a little bit weird. Hi, I'm egotistic. I'm going to tell you how you should run your company.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, in a tweet, Rogan claimed to have been direct messaging with Jack Dorsey over the past 8 months. Rogan decided after messaging with Dorsey for some time about the need to crack down on white supremacists that Dorsey was failing to do so. The dude simply does not seem to give a something or other. Wow.
Let's be clear though. You and I would tell Jack Dorsey how to run his company in the sense of free speech.
True. Yes.
Yeah, we would do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think that that's a wrong thing.
Yeah. I get the point. I don't know. I still see a bit of a problem with the elites telling other people how they should. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I get that.
I think because what he wants is to increase the censorship by telling Jack Dorsey, you're not censoring enough. And I think that we reduce the censorship. So we both want to tell Jack what to do, but I think we're in the right.
Can we just say...
intended.
Well, can we just say, for the record, Jack Dorsey has the best beard that I've ever seen on a leftist for quite some time. But that said, obviously, when Twitter was first developed, it was a free speech platform. So
it was, yeah.
Yeah, so we could always make the argument, or the excuse, if you want to call it that we are wanting Facebook and Twitter and whatnot to stick to their original principles. Yeah. Look, I'm against censorship anyway. Like, even communists. I don't want communists banned from Twitter. I want communists to be on Twitter because that gives me something to laugh at every day. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's... Yeah, I don't know. It's just... Yeah, it's a little... Yeah, I suppose. But let's keep going. Alright, so next article. Sorry for flicking through these really fast, guys. We've got a lot to cover today. So, and there's stuff like the baby balloon over London I'd love to have a chat about, but we just haven't included it yet. So, Jacob Rees-Mogg says Theresa May's plan worse than a no deal for Brexit. So, Jacob Rees-Mogg said the deal with Theresa May agreed with her cabinet could be worse than a no deal Brexit and suggests it broke the Conservatives' manifesto promises. Mr. Rees-Mogg, the leader of the 60-group strong Eurosceptics Tory MP, saying trying the UK with EU rules and regulations could make trade deals almost impossible. As with eggs, an egg is a very often softly boiled. It isn't boiled at all, he said, speaking with BBC Radio to 4's program today. A very soft Brexit means that we haven't left. We're simply a rule taker. I actually agree with what he has to say on that. I think that at the end of the day, Brexit needs to happen. It needs to be a hard Brexit or no Brexit at all. But what are your views on?
Well, I think they should switch to tactics that get them actually kicked out. That would get it done far quicker in their terms.
Truth is saying let him speak. Who you saying speak? Sorry, who am I supposed to be letting speak? Truth? Are you talking about Seth Rogen, or are you talking about Satellite here? I'm not sure.
Can they hear me?
Yeah. As far as
okay.
As far as I know, they can hear you. I've checked it 3 times now. Desktop audio's on. So. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, look, I've gone through this deal with Theresa May, and I've had a look at it a few months ago. It's a shit deal. It really is.
Yeah. I don't know. I just tend to think that, I mean, there are some countries in the EU that are pushing they're pushing them to almost being kicked out. And I kind of see, well, hang on a minute. That's a tactic that I think Britain should have a look at, because there's a few things they could do that would just basically make you so angry that they just kick him out. I mean, the punishments come along with it, obviously.
Well, they're going to pay anyway.
Well, yeah, and it's going to hurt their economy because the EU is going to make sure it does. It's a problem. But I mean, the EU has to go down. They're getting too tyrannical.
True. Trust Australia just said in the chat, he said, let Seth speak. The more Seth speaks, the more he makes himself look like a fool. Totally agree with that, actually. Yeah. The more he does speak, the more he looks like an idiot. With the EU...
Yeah, that's why I'm all for free speech.
Yeah.
Because basically, you let idiots talk, and then everyone can see how idiotic they are.
Yeah, I love laughing at the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunlight is the best disinfectant.
True, it is. Yes. I personally, I don't know. I feel my day is not complete unless I've had a leftist ringing at me through Twitter. That to me, that is like... That's
such a first world country pastime, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I've done it. Today, I can mark it off my calendar. It is officially done. But anyway, but as for Brexit, yeah, so the deal with Brexit is basically that the UK has none of the rules or governing that they want, and that they're going to pay the EU a whole bunch of money, and that's it. So they have no control over their immigration, they have no control over their fisheries, they have no rules or legislation or anything like that. I think it's until 2024, I think, off memory, or 2022. But it's a bad deal. It really is a bad deal, and it does kind of make you wonder if Theresa May is deliberately screwing this over because she doesn't want it to seem to happen. I don't know. It's just, a part of me is just sitting there thinking, like, really, you're this bad at negotiating? Like, how can you be this bad at negotiating? I don't know, but
there could be some background forces that we don't know about. We don't know everything that goes on around Theresa May, unfortunately.
True.
But I don't know. Sometimes maybe these politicians might need to sacrifice all for the greater good.
Yeah.
So whatever it is they're holding over Theresa May, maybe she just needs to take the fall.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I don't know. Is she really that secure there anymore?
Exactly. She could just take the fall and join UKIP.
Well, I was going to say, funny thing is UKIP is actually becoming quite a force. So I'm going to gloat a little bit here, guys. I said this a few weeks ago, and everybody laughed at me in Discord. And I said, Sargon of Akkad, Paul Joseph Watson, Count Dankula joining UKIP, a whole bunch of leftists are going to get triggered, and are going to read so hard that they've made the party so popular that it's going to catapult them back into the world stage, so to speak. And guess what? UKIP has now more members than they can actually process.
Well, I can say to the audience that Nonpartisan was not only laughed on his own stream, but people laughed at him just in general in the Discord. And it was pretty bad.
Who was right?
Many arguments ensued too.
Who was right? Come on, you can say it. No, but look, I don't think you actually.
I was. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't think you actually disagreed with me that much. You was like, maybe, but the rest of the guys.
I disagreed with you a bit, mainly because I just didn't have that much faith in Sargon.
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon we've done a pretty good job. Laura Powell's, what do you guys say about Donald Trump visiting the UK? What do you think of Julian Assange? I don't like the fact that Assange, or WikiLeaks in general, was doxing the ICE agents. There have been a little bit of whispers about Julian and this Free Assange movement, but I don't know anything in particular about it yet. I had a choice. Research that, play Star Citizen, and, well, the universe is a big place.
You play Star Citizen far too much.
I know, but I'm getting addicted to it too.
How is there anything to play in that game? There's like nothing there.
No, there's like planets and everything now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was being a pirate. I was running around blowing everybody up and stealing their stuff. Sorry to anybody that died in the PTU on Star Citizen. Anyway, getting back on track. As for Trump, we are going to cover, hopefully, Trump and the balloon. We are flying through these, so we will have time, so we might do that next. So I will post a link for that if you're interested.
I just want to steer into one little topic.
Sure.
I don't think Julian Assange is part of the living anymore.
You reckon he might be dead?
I truly believe he is, and I'd love to see people right in the comments section right now. What do you think about my theory? Because I think that he was killed about a year or two ago. I think that when Twitter put out the death keys, that was them knowing he's dead. And then since then, WikiLeaks has been subverted quite a bit, and I think that's where we're starting to see things like ICE agents getting doxxed. But that's just my theory.
Yeah, so just to clarify something, Laura's saying Assange has no internet. Are you sure it was Julian Assange? No, it wasn't Julian Assange that was doxing the ICE agents. It was WikiLeaks itself, the WikiLeaks thing. So...
Well, sure.
Yeah.
But I think that's because he's not in control anymore, because he's no longer with us.
That is an interesting topic. Pamela Anderson, I believe, is a friend of Julian Assange's. I'd like to try and get hold of her if I can somehow with magic, I don't know, and get her to check to see if Assange is still alive. We really do need... It is getting to the point where serious proof of life is actually something... Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get what Laura's saying.
And a live stream... And I don't trust a live stream because there's already too much technology there to fake that too.
Truth Australia is saying they were not doxed, it was public info, and yes, it was WikiLeaks. Yeah, so, I mistakenly, if I said Julian, I'm sorry. Look, I still support WikiLeaks. I support what they're doing, especially if Julian Assange is still alive. Yeah, same. The death theories are a part of the Secret Service ways of subverting support for Julian Assange. That I can see as well. I really do agree with you on that part. But
that's an interesting theory, yeah.
But because every few months it's like Julian has died, and then it's like proof of life.
Well, yeah, maybe it's becoming a little bit of a Boogie 2988 theme.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know. I want some proof of life. That's all it is. It's just, I mean, I understand what some people are saying there. Yes, it could be that saying he's dead is to subvert WikiLeaks, and sure, they didn't dox, but, the doxing argument, like what really is doxing, is a long thing to talk about. I don't like that they did what they did with the ICE, though, because it was, you had to have a login for LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And these guys bypassed all of that and put it straight into a database that's easily indexable and searchable. I don't like it.
I don't like the fact he did it either. Look, I know it's public information, but the fact is it's really easy to make a LinkedIn profile or to get access. And they made it easier. And I know it's not Julian. I know it was WikiLeaks that did it, but I'm sorry, that is a load of bullshit. That really is crap doing that. But anyway, Pamela has Russian connections, stopping clubbing of SEALs. Okay, she's admitted she's met Putin and stuff like that. She's admitted that she has Russian connections. Laura, your ideas are more disinformation and tools from the deep state. Why does everybody today keep blaming me for the deep state? Trust me, I am so not deep state. Don't worry. Consideration beyond that factors any foolish distraction.
Someone in the deep state would say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Don't fuel them. Assange needs internet, phone, and visitors. Yeah, I would like to see Pamela visit him actually because she is trusted by him and she, like you say, she has Russian connections and that, so she could actually speak honestly about it. Laura, so go to the building and talk to the attorney. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Maybe get hold of his attorney. See if I can hit up his attorney and see if we got proof of life or something. I don't know. Maybe I could message him or something. Email him. The Sunlight.
Yeah,
you're discrediting your unbiased. How am I discrediting my unbiased, Laura? Truth Australia, agree. Publishing and indexing database, not good. Yeah, I agree with you, Truth. Criminals already had this because you had a red panda.
Ah.
What? What? Now the red panda's deep state? What? I'm lost. Well,
they're trolling you now.
Yeah, okay, true. While deep state and police can read your mail without permission,
It's my fault.
Okay.
It's my fault for telling everyone to get to the comments section. Now they're all going to just stay there.
Oh, okay, that's all right. While deep state and police can read your emails without permission, you make complaints against ICE. I never made a complaint against ICE. I support ICE. Laura, do you have connections to police or any authoritative organisation? No comment on that, Laura. Assange was dropping bigger things. What happened? Yeah, that's an interesting comment, actually, Truth. Assange was dropping some pretty big truth bombs. Like, for example, he was going on about this chemical weapon wasn't a UK, it was a UK thing, and it wasn't a Russian thing. He went through and was mentioning that on Twitter, literally a day or two before he was removed. So it does make you wonder if he sort of got too close to home on that one. Laura says, discrediting bias by not examining all sides compassionately. Okay, you're trolling me, Laura. I'm ignoring you. No, I'm just joking. Don't worry. Truth. No.
Nonpartisan is the unbiased one. I'm the biased one.
Yeah.
And I think everyone knows that. Maybe she's talking about me.
Satellite's biased. Take notice of him. Take no notice of him. Sorry. And Truth. No comment to the police connections. Yeah. No comment. That's all I'm going to say about that. Laura, real journalists express all honest positions. I am being honest. Truth. This is where we went missing last time and put out insurance files and codes. Yeah, true. All right. Let's keep going. Yeah, wrapping up on the Brexit deal. I think the Brexit deal is a lot of crap, and yeah, I think that they definitely need. I don't know. Can we just get Sargon to go in there? Like, he's UKIP now, right? Can we get Sargon to go in and talk about to negotiate with Brexit? Can you imagine that?
Oh my god. That would just be craziness.
That would be insane. But dude, after everything that's going on for the past 3 years, I would not be surprised if that actually happened.
Oh yeah, that would be so crazy, and you'd have Antifa outside there and everything. It'd just be amazing.
Yeah, you'd have Antifa rioting or trying to riot, and then Sargon there going, now, Merkel, this is what's going to happen, all right? You're going to give me 50 raises so that I can shave my beard once a week. But anyway. So Sadiq Khan's London authorities obscene Trump inflatable to fly over Parliament during President's next visit. Yeah, really? Oh boy, let's deep dive on this one. So Sadiq Khan has authorized a big baby version of Trump to fly over Britain. This is the left. This is the left showing that they're not a bunch of children. This is the left saying, look at us. We can be juvenile too.
Are you sure this isn't fake news?
No, dude, this is real.
God damn.
Yeah.
I don't even know I don't have anything to say other than just goddamn.
They crowdfunded this. So first of all, I want to know which idiots funded this? Which idiots thought paying for this was going to be a good idea? And secondly, This just makes you look immature.
That's saying it lightly.
Like, anyway, moving along. So, a group of self-declared anti-fascist art activists have been granted permission by Sadiq Khan's Greater London Authority to fly a grotesque 20-foot inflatable caricature of President Donald Trump when he visits the city next week. The balloon will fly next to Britain's House of Parliament at Square Gardens during the US President's visit. It has been funded with nearly £17,000 in a crowdfunding donation. A spokesperson for the Baby Trump group behind the stunt said the creation that it is obscene, mature clone of the president. Sorry, obscene mutant clone of the president. Quote, the mass
they could raise $17,000 for this.
Yeah.
I think there's better things to spend the money on, huh?
Well, you'd think a whole bunch of leftists would want to, you know, bring in migrants or something with that $17,000, wouldn't you? You think they'd want to... I'm not advocating for that, to be honest, because...
maybe there's a few potholes to fix. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, you know, the worst case scenario, buy new books, feed the homeless, give Julian Assange internet access. The list is endless. It really is. $17,000 can do a lot. So...
Yeah,
but
they could give it to me.
Well, give it to me. But yeah, but...
I'll go halves with you then.
Yeah, we'll split it 50-50, all right?
All right.
All right. Give me the money, and I promise I won't change satellite on the numbers. But yeah, but basically, I don't know. This is... I don't have a problem with this doing this. I think go for it, knock yourselves out. I'm kind of hoping something like the Batman movie happens where someone flies in with a glider and steals the balloon and takes the balloon away. That in itself would like be funny as something or other. But I don't know. Has anybody got like a bat glider or something that we can borrow to steal the balloon?
Slingshot's legal in the EU. I mean, they could just slingshot it down.
And
that'd be funny.
Yeah. Like, it does make you wonder, what would happen if this thing came crashing down?
It would come crashing down just like the lefties will eventually.
Oh, someone's approaching a very... okay. We're getting engineering reports that we're heading towards the sun here. But let's do big inflatables of others. Within reason, what other ideas would you like to make inflatable, Satellite?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Hey, look, I got a glass of drink here. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, let's not do that one. Let's skip on to the next couple of comments.
You want me to behave myself.
Yeah, I was going to say, a couple of the thoughts running through my head aren't real behaving either, so we won't go there. So he wrote, Truth Australia wrote it would be funny to obviously have the balloon. It was a statistics? I don't know.
Statistics.
Is that what he wrote? Statistics? I don't know. Laura, the lack of presence from all sides generally is the best way to share skills and skepticism of thinking. Okay. I think we do cover both sides sometimes, but anyway. Laura, do you just collect gamers' attention from real logic? No, we generally don't have a lot of gamers in here, actually, to be honest. Laura, share your side. How was your day? Laura, are you a bot? Then Truth is also asking, you never stop your enemy when they're making a mistake. That is very true. If the left is going to do something completely juvenile, we will let them do it. And
so we let them fly their silly balloon, and
then we have a bat glider and we steal it.
Sure.
I'm
We'll
really
steal
thinking the backlighter. I'm really liking the backlighter idea, to be honest.
I'm still waiting for my hoverboard.
True. Truth, this is so disrespectful, but it would be funny. I don't think... Okay, so what I think is going to happen with this, the left are going to fly their baby balloon. Trump is going to see it. Trump is going to laugh at it. And then Trump is going to tear out the left to shreds, having a crack about it. And everybody on the conservative side is going to lose their shit when Trump makes the left look like a complete bunch of morons over this. But anyway, let's do big inflatable things of others. I like that idea. I won't say what my idea is because it'd probably be offensive and get me banned off YouTube. It will be shot, a full series, all figures around the world. Statist? Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit of a statist, I suppose. And crowdfund the backlighter. Can we do that, please? But yeah, I definitely like crowdfunding the backlighter idea. Apart from that, what are your thoughts on this, man? What do you reckon Trump's going to do about this? You reckon he's going to rip them to shreds?
I think he's going to see it. He's going to laugh. He's going to talk to the media while laughing about it, and we can all laugh along with him.
True.
Why not? It's a $17,000 laugh, but whatever.
And definitely crowdfunding the backlighter definitely is a good idea too. I like that idea, Truth. But let's keep going. So, in case some of you have not heard, Haiti has protests at the moment, and that's leaving the US church youth groups stranded in Caribbean nation as violence roadblocks continue. So the violent protests, yes, we have footage in Haiti over the fuel prices continued. Youth groups from multiple US churches have remained in the Caribbean nation, unable to get to the airport to travel home. The non-profit My Life Speaks said the mission teams from Woodland Community Church in Baden, Florida, and the Glad Church in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, have stayed in Haiti, unable to get to the airport due to protests and roadblocks. We do have a video of that, and I will play that for you guys right now.
Tire ensemble avec nèg yo là. Pour le moment la police a tiré nèg yo. Juste en pile cartouche qu'a tiré là, la police a tiré avec eux. Parce que nèg yo vraiment dégénéré. La police vraiment tiré en pile balle là. La police a tiré avec eux. Nèg yo vraiment dégénéré, mais dit fait tout arrêt bon parlement, mais pour le moment ils vont pas rentrer. Ils pas entrer dans le parlement, c'est la police qui a tiré avec eux. Pour le moment nous en bas là, on a contrôlé tension. Nous pas qu'à sortir dehors. Tout dehors net c'est caoutchouc, mais pour le moment
I just want to stop it for a crowd, just a real quick second here. That sounds like gunshots. That's not a roadblock. That's a full-out riot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, moving along.
Et parlement en sécurité pour dehors. Pour dehors, les fini, monsieur le police parlementaire, vraiment motivé tout, ok? Simo à peine renforcé, il y a plusieurs camions Simo qui renforcés. Pour le moment là, nous pouvons pas sortir dehors pour d'abord flash de dehors. Mais quand pile caoutchouc a boulé. En pile caoutchouc a boulé. Juste là, c'est pour nous si nous d'abord on petit flash quand même dehors parlement parce que elle a pas douce du tout. N'a va laisser monter dans guerre là nous bon.
I have no understanding of what he is saying here, but yeah. Range, this is over in Haiti. So the police opened fire on anti-government protesters with live ammunition in front of Haiti's parliament building earlier today. And that's the video we were just watching then. So look at the end of the day. Obviously Haiti, shit is getting real over there. At least 3 people were killed in protests, including 2 protesters who were fatally shot as demonstrators clashed with police. Video we just played. The Associated Press reported it was unclear who shot the 2 men. I'm guessing it was the police department. A security guard was also killed after he got out of the vehicle and fired a gun into the air in an attempt to disperse protesters. Associated Press reported a group of protesters beating him to death. Wow. Mike Wilson, the founder of My Life Speaks, told WFLA TV the team attempted to avoid the protesters by leaving for the airport early Saturday morning. However, as the mission team continued to get stopped by roadblocks, the leaders decided it would be safer to return to the compound in Nepali. But yeah, wow. Thoughts? Besides Haiti is a shithole? Hashtag?
Oh, yeah, so we can say that. Okay, yeah. Well, Haiti is a shithole and no one should be going there.
Well,
the people
Trump
who are
said
stuck
it.
in there, they shouldn't be there.
Trump said it, so we're going to say it, I suppose. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, Trump was right once again. I don't know, like, yeah, this is insane. It really is. Is that, you know, that this is Haiti. But remind me if I'm not mistaken, aren't they ran by a Democratic Party?
I know that. I mean, I just think that let's just put Haiti on the list of places not to go. You know, like for tourism. That might be an idea.
Like, my understanding is the left runs Haiti.
I don't know. Isn't Haiti now like independent? Like they have their own government?
I'm looking it up now. President of Haiti. So the current president of Haiti is incumbent member Genevieve Massos. I'm going to put that on the screen for everybody so they have an idea of who I'm trying to pronounce because I can't speak some names. Okay, so it was born in a middle-class family.
Yeah. So it was the French who were there. In 1804. They called it the Haiti Massacre. Deaths was 3,000 to 5,000. Yeah, I mean they kicked out the French, and they became their own people, their own government.
So political career, his campaign as an economic engine for Haiti, whose population is over 50% rural. He expressed support for policies pursued by Mattel, universal education and health. Oh my.
What's wrong?
He likes universal education and healthcare.
Oh boy, sounds like he'd fit right in our Discord.
Hey, buddy, how are you, man?
Oh, alright, you guys started like an hour before my alarm even went off.
Okay. Next week we'll start the show. Actually, I'm thinking about going back to the 2 o'clock start, 2 a.m. start. Just because
it's fine.
Well, I think it actually suits a lot of other people better too, because more people seem to watch this later in the day than when it first goes up. But anyway, we're talking about Haiti at the moment. It's turning into a shithole, and we just realised that the Democratic Party seems to be running Haiti. Surprised?
Well, this might be a little
really.
close to the sun, but I mean, it was a shithole since 1804.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not talk about why it might be in a shithole since 1804. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a little interesting that the Democrats seem to have, taken these places over, and they just, I don't know, they just seem to go downhill. It's weird like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's like this platform they seem to run on just doesn't seem to be very viable. It's just, it's weird. It's, tickles the brain a little bit. But moving along, have you seen the gunshot fire that came out of Haiti? Officer slaps, fake officer slaps.
You talk about the hotel incident?
Yeah.
Or is there something else?
Yeah.
So
So
we were
police,
talking about it last night.
yeah. So police opened fire on anti-gun protesters. Yeah.
Wait, hold up. That's not what we were talking about. Explain that.
So apparently the police opened fire on anti-government protesters with live ammunition in front of Haiti's parliament building earlier today.
Well, shit. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
And that's just like, it's a double whammy. I thought you were talking about the people being holed up in a hotel. But like,
yeah, that's the church groups that we're talking about. Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, yeah, I get why they're there. I get the idea. I get they were trying to do some good, but dude, there's sometimes you just really need to get out of Dodge. Bullets fly.
yeah.
Probably the first time you want to leave the country.
I mean, if you had common sense, that you should have been out of there long before that happened.
True. Getting back to some of the comments, where is this Jesus? But yet we need that enrichment. Range, you definitely got on a point there. Remember, everybody, to thank the Jesus for the cultural enrichment that is currently happening over in the European countries right now. By the way, we're going to get to a topic late at the end of the show that's going to talk about just how culturally enriched some of Europe is. So
Yeah.
stick around.
I'm gonna have
for
to
that
bite
one.
my tongue a lot on that
Oh
part.
yeah. I might just read the article and then just go and kick a wall for about 20 minutes because of it just infuriates me. But moving along, Haiti is an important ally. Where else would the Colombians hide their drugs? Wow. Okay. True.
Define important ally.
True. Range, hello. Chris, hello. Yeah. People just saying hello in chat. Producers, hello. And producer says private hooker island. I thought that was Taiwan, but anyway.
Wait, is he talking about the Lolita Express?
I don't know. Are you talking about the private island off Japan, or are you talking about Haiti becoming hooker island? Yeah. Alrighty, moving along. We're actually making really good time on this. Actually, I'm surprised. Considering we started an hour ago, a little over an hour ago now. Yeah, we're going an hour from 4 minutes. So, horror is woman is sexually assaulted by gang of men after they beat her boyfriend unconscious. Not only to bash him again when he comes around and tries to save her. This is not the cultural enrichment I was talking about. This is the warm-up act, people. It gets worse than this. And if I still have a YouTube channel tomorrow, I'll be very surprised. But anyway, a woman was sexually assaulted and her boyfriend attacked on Thursday. The woman, 22, and the man, 25, were walking back from the pub to their hotel when they were attacked by a gang of men in Jimbean, Snowy Mountains, New South Wales. This is very close to home. This is literally in my country. A woman has been sexually assaulted and her partner attacked on their way home from the pub. The 22-year-old woman and the 25-year-old man were at the brewery in Jimbean, Snowy Mountains, before they left about 1 a.m. on Thursday to return to their hotel. The pair were walking along Kadako? I'm getting that wrong. Road when they were brutally attacked opposite the park. The man was knocked unconscious and the woman was sexually assaulted. Now, don't worry, guys. They've given us the description. Listen to this beautiful description of the perpetrators. The police department is currently seeking the following description. He's described as 180 centimeters tall and wears a light-coloured, baggy, hooded jumper. That's it.
Well, that sure is a lot to go off of.
Yeah, so everybody that's 180 centimeters tall and is currently wearing a baggy jumper or hooded jumper is probably getting rounded up and arrested right about now. I love the fact that this is a police description, and what they're not telling you seems to be telling us more than what they're not telling us, right?
Yeah.
Officer Slaps, what do you think about, without mentioning certain ethnic minorities, Do you think the police might have left details out of this because they don't want to offend someone?
Yeah, that's just embarrassing.
Yeah. Let's face it, if he was Caucasian, we probably would have had that in the actual description, right? Both agree on that?
I'm sure if he was anything other than what he was, it would have been in the description.
Yeah, well, when was the last time you heard about the those? Well, actually, we had over in Toronto. They had the Asian man quote, and the Asian community kicked an uproar about it, and it ended up being he wasn't really Asian at all, to be honest. But the whole thing was made up. But yeah, even when Asians go through and do crime, they're labelled. Makes you wonder why they won't put the ethnicity or the skin tone of this man, presumably.
Can threaten that cultural enrichment.
Yeah. Now remember, everybody, 5 very versions of your cultural enrichment, and yeah, and please thank the god of cultural enrichment that is George Soros. But yeah, the crime scene was established and examined by forensic officers. Investigations continue. Of course it is, because you're not letting us know exactly what this guy looks like, because you're afraid that you might get called a racist. But moving along. Anybody with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers on 1-800-333-000. Well, if you gave us more information in the first place, that would probably be helpful, would it not? I am going to try and do a little bit of digging into this to find out if I can actually find out what this person looks like. And then I might run a story on it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
At least it didn't happen in Germany. We wouldn't have heard about it at all.
I just got told that we're not receiving data from YouTube anymore. Did they literally just kick us off the air? No, okay, it's back again. So yeah, I will find out what is happening with that, and yeah, we'll try and get a description of what this guy looks like. So I have some contacts, and I'm planning on using them to get this. But anyway, let's jump into the last thing, I suppose.
Yep.
Second last thing, actually. And remember, guys, we're on YouTube for this. Migrant beheads 1-year-old girl in Germany. Merkel bans media reporting. Oops, my bad. Sorry. Didn't read that last part, Merkel, before I said the story. So Angela Merkel's pro-immigration government has banned German media for reporting on the barbaric crimes involving a Muslim migrant who allegedly beheaded 1-year-old baby daughter on the train station platform in Hamburg. Oh my God, it was his own kid. Why? What? According to eyewitnesses, the 33-year-old suspect, I'm not even going to give him credit by saying his name, beheaded his 1-year-old daughter in front of a horrified crowd of commuters at Jefferson, I'm getting that wrong, station on Thursday, 12th of April. So it's taken over 2 months before we almost hear about it because of the ban. And then stabbed his girlfriend, German girlfriend, and mother of the child. Moving along. The suspect allegedly stabbed the infant from behind while she was sitting in her stroller and then severed her neck. He then allegedly stabbed his girlfriend in the chest before fleeing the scene, dumping the murder weapon in a train station cash can. He was later arrested. Just shoot him. Just take him out and shoot him. That's all I'm going to say. The woman...
An eye for an eye.
Sorry?
Wasn't it you, Satellite, that posted that video?
Yeah. And I just say an eye for an
eye. So the woman, the mother of the 4-child, later died in hospital of her injuries. The video footage has been uploaded to the internet, showing the aftermath of the brutal and senseless double murder that was described as very targeted by a police spokeswoman. Guys, I know people are going to want to say they want to see this video, but I'm just not going to show it in respect for the kid or for the mother. And it's horrified killing by witness. The victims' bodies can be seen in the video, but not their faces. Eyewitness can be heard saying the suspect cut the baby's head off. Wow. Okay.
The scene was pretty gruesome. So
Yeah.
to be said about it.
Guys, I will put a
I don't
link.
need a video to realize that.
Yeah, I will put a link in the description below if anybody does want to go and check it out. It will be in the link after this video is processed. Feel free to. Also, remember, there's a media ban on this, so nobody, please share on Facebook, Twitter, or anywhere like that. We don't want anybody talking about this, okay? So nobody post it on every social media platform that you could possibly imagine. I don't want anybody doing that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
You might make fear Merkel mad.
Yeah, oh, Mother Merkel, I know. What am I going to do if I ever annoy her? Besides get banned from going to Germany. But yeah, obviously, guys, keeping in mind that we are on YouTube. What do you guys think about this?
You go first, Labs.
I'm still as speechless as I was last night. It's just like, what the fuck is wrong with these people, man? Like, what possible justification could there be for beheading your own 1-year-old daughter? Like, it blows my mind.
I don't get it either. I really don't. He has to be...
Just what led up to that?
Like...
Well, I don't think you read the whole article all the way through. They mention it's an... Oh, you did? It's an honor killing, most likely.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't read the whole article. I got about halfway through it and I already wanted to smash my monitors. I stopped.
Yeah, they mention it's most likely... It's targeted, and it's an honor killing.
That just raises so much more questions, though.
Well, we all know, which group of people does honor killings.
I wonder.
Yeah, so I'm not highlighting a word on the screen for anybody that is watching. Please do not pay any attention to the screen and that highlighted word. That is a complete... Damn you, computer! Stop highlighting naughty words.
Don't break anything.
Yeah. But yeah, there definitely seems to be...
As a father, this does really trigger me.
Dude, I'm not a dad and this triggers me. This is insane.
It's fucking sickening.
This is absolutely freaking disgusting that someone has done this. This is a 1-year-old kid that is defenseless. It can't...
I can make it worse for you if you want. I mean, apparently she's also the mother of 4 other children.
So he's picked the youngest?
I remember that being said.
Yeah. Those kids no longer have their mother either. There's other kids.
Yeah, a woman, a mother of 4 other children, later died. Oh my god. Oh.
Burn him.
I'm
him to the torch.
Look, I'm going to say, if this guy has got 4 other kids with her, maybe, yeah.
I don't know if that's the circumstance. Maybe like they're pre-existing children, and she got with this guy and had a kid with him. But I just say, yeah, this is inexcusable, and it makes me extremely angry that the government would have the gall to say don't report on the baby's murder. They're only allowing for reporting of her death, not the kid's death.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand what kind of government can do that.
That's almost as sickening as the act itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, covering it up. You cover it up, you're complicit.
Media to go along with it.
Yeah.
And the media is going along with it, which just infuriates me even more.
Well, most of the media, I'm not. I'm thinking about making this its own segment.
In Germany.
Yeah. I'm thinking about making this its own segment, dude. This is disgusting. This really is. I'm sorry, but if you kill a child, a 1-year-old kid, yeah, I got no words to say on that. I really don't. I don't know what to say to someone that kills their own kid, let alone a kid of anybody. Like,
super honorable, man.
yeah, you're
for honor, huh?
This guy
For
is a
honor.
disgusting piece of shit. He deserves to be executed. I don't care his race. I'm not saying it's because of his race. I'm not saying it's because of his ethnicity or religion. I'm sorry. Anybody that kills a kid, bring back capital punishment is all I'm going to say on that. And we probably should get off this topic.
Yeah, I want to say more, but I won't.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. Oh, I got my first super chat. Yay! Producer, you're the very first super chat.
Congratulations.
Yay! And anyway, apparently I got 4 dislikes. Wow, you're doing great. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that who might that be, but let's keep going. So there is a link to the. By the way, guys, dislikes don't really matter, so feel free to like or dislike. It's all good. But yeah, if you guys, there's a link to the My Circle in the super, in the game chat, and sorry, in the live stream chat.
Show text channel.
Show text channel, yep.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I think it was one of the last things that was posted. I'll post it again for you. This is a lot lighter note. It's not as serious as that. So, there it is there.
Oh, that's okay. All right.
Now, I will have to stop this every 30 seconds because you know who is going to copyright strike it if I don't. He's going to copyright strike it anyway, but
yeah.
We'll just try and make it deliberately hard for him, which is why we're not going to go full screen on it either.
Okay. Well, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay,
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yep. So while Slaps is doing that, we'll set it up a little bit. This is Ben Shapiro appearing on a talk show host with Bill Maher, or appearing on Bill Maher's talk show. The reason why I want to talk about this is because Bill Maher shows how much of a hypocrite he is. He also goes through and makes himself look like a complete tool. And any chance I can do to emphasize that makes me happy. So yeah, we'll. You want to kick it off, or you want to wait for Slaps to come back?
We probably have to kick it off if we don't have anything to fill the air.
Yeah, I was just looking at the. So Red restaurant that refused to serve Sanders reopens. Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. Let's kick it open.
First up, he's the founder and editor-in-chief of the Daily Wire and host of the nationally syndicated Westwood One radio show and podcast, The Ben Shapiro Show. Ben Shapiro. Ben. Great to finally meet you.
Thank you.
No, I appreciate it. I always say this to conservatives who come on our show. I'm a little jealous of their guts.
Yeah, I'm still here. Don't wait for
they
me.
have more
I
guts than the liberals.
need,
Liberals don't go on
shitting
conservative shows. They don't even come on this show sometimes. So I appreciate it, because you know the...
Yeah, that's right, man. Cool, all good. So one thing I will say is he is right about that. Conservatives definitely have bigger sets on them than liberals. Just merely the fact that we actually appear on their shows and we will actually go on there. Yeah, definitely shows us having bigger balls, so to speak. So I will agree with him on that point. What do you guys reckon? You reckon the conservatives have got bigger sets, or?
Generally, they do. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it takes a lot to walk onto someone's show where you know you're not going to have the crowd against. You're going to have the crowd against you. So. So I disconnect. I added my like. Thanks, buddy.
The crowd is not with you.
I got that impression, yeah.
And, but yeah, and let's be civil, right? That's the tone of the day.
I'm a fan.
Okay, so I'm a fan. Well, let's see if I'm a fan. See if we're each other's fan at the end of this.
All right.
But I just want to say, we seem to be living in a time of utter tribalism, And I think you and I have a few things in common besides we were both uninvited at Berkeley to speak. But we've been coy about our...
I didn't realize Bill Maher had also been uninvited from Berkeley.
He was?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Dude, you don't need to give me money. I feel bad now.
That's just congratulations.
Okay.
It's all good. Congratulations on your second there too.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I didn't realize that Bill Maher was uninvited from Berkeley. I thought that he was. I thought he would have been invited on that, but yeah, I didn't know what he's talking about there. I should probably look that up. Range says I liked it too. Thank you very much, Range. Let's see if we can beat the dislikes.
Oh yeah, we're at 7-4 now.
Oh,
it's all
okay.
good.
Oh, cool. Okay, so all up, we got 11 engagements from YouTube. So, sweet.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's keep going.
Our affiliation. And like, I never really wanted to say I was a Democrat. I always voted Democratic, but they disappointed me a lot. You know, you've been coy about it. You're a Republican, you're a conservative.
Sure.
I think right now, I'm a Democrat. And there's only two teams. And since all the Republicans are now backing
for a
Trump,
Democrat.
except for the
Yay.
ones who are leaving,
Yeah, I'll
but he
get to
totally
that.
owns that party now. If you're a conservative, aren't you really team?
Okay, so we know where he's going to go with this. So as for him saying he's a Democrat, really? You're finally admitting to it? I would have thought he was a progressive anyway, but not so much a Democrat. But anyway, glad you're owning it, I suppose. But let's face it, he only did that because he wanted Ben Shapiro to own him being a conservative. It was a trick in a way, I suppose. So I think that was a little, anyway. I don't think there's two parties. I really don't think there's, and this is one thing I want to hit on. This two-party thing. You have the Democrats, you have the Republicans, and you have the Trumpers. People keep thinking that Trump is a Republican. He ran on the Republican ticket. Yes. He has some Republican views. Yes. He is a New York liberal. He is supporting of gay marriage and, and immigration as a general whole when it's legal and stuff like that. His wife is a migrant. Anybody that sits there and thinks that Trump is a full-on blind heart conservative is wrong. I'm not knocking the guy, don't take me wrong. But at the end of the day, I don't think sitting there calling him a full-blown conservative is A, honest, or B, right. I think that's a lot of crap. So we actually have what I would consider three parties. We have the Democratic side, we have the Republican side, and we have the anti-government, anti-globalist side, which is Trump. Now, since the 2016 election, Trump has consumed the Republican side, and he is very much making it the party of Trump, which I love. I'm not having a problem with either way. But yeah, I don't think there was just two parties in the 2016 election. What do you guys reckon?
This would be more your wheelhouse, wouldn't it? Slaps? American government.
You might be on the toilet still.
Oh, well, basically, yeah, we have three parties here, but I think that, in Australia we have centre left and far left.
Yep.
We don't really have anything else.
Oh, Pauline.
We do have, but she's not a major party.
No.
And when voting for her, you have to factor in the preferences as well, which pretty much leads to, I think her preferences tend to go towards the Liberals, if I'm correct.
Yes, they do, yes.
Yeah, and that's the centre-left party. So
True, but it's worse than going to Labour. Is it better? Sorry, it's better than going to Labour, sorry.
Well, true. But the fact that she's forced to have preferences and to make allegiances with the enemy it's a problem to me. Yeah.
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah, I do think in the last election she did show that she is a major force. So with just officer slaps in case you missed, we are talking about the fact that that there are. Bill Maher is saying there's only two major parties in the US. There's the Republicans and there's the Democrats. My argument to that is that last election there was three. There was the Republican, there was the Democrats, and then there was the Trumpers, the never Trumpers, the pro-Trumpers, and that he is more of a anti-globalist / New York liberal than he is of a conservative candidate.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I also think he just knows his voter base better than the other side does.
Yeah, well, the Liberals don't seem to know anything at the moment. The Progressives don't seem to know anything at the moment, which is not hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, guys, when it comes up to the midterms, we are going to be talking about the spanking that the Democrats will be getting. But anyway, but yeah, I like the fact that Bill Maher has owned the fact that he is a Democrat. Although I would say he's not really a Democrat, that he is more of a elitist progressive. So
that sounds like a better term.
Yeah. So someone, Truth in Australia said walk away. Ranger said that's because there'll always be a fight for power. There isn't time to sit on the fence. Yeah, I would agree. And I do think that Trump has consumed the Conservative Party at the moment, which I love. I'm not arguing with. I do like the fact that he has actually gone through and done that. Truth in Australia says Trump's bio into Aspen Auto is disturbing. BB in the cash bed. Aside from what he is doing, great work. I don't understand that. If you could write that again, Trump. Truth. I don't get what you mean there, buddy. Range said Clinton went like 27 times. Relax. Clinton went 27 times. What? 27 times falling down the stairs, maybe.
We could only be so lucky.
Yeah. Let's get going with the video.
Trump.
Well, it depends on what. So what I've called myself is sometimes Trump. Okay, people have said there's never Trump and then there's always Trump. Sometimes Trump meaning that when he does something that I like, I cheer, and when he does something that I hate, which happens, then I boo. And I'm booing as loudly as you are when he does something that's really bad. But listen, you're very upset about this Supreme Court nominee. I am very pleased about this Supreme Court nominee as a conservative, right? He's doing a lot of things that I like in terms of policy. Now, that doesn't mean that I am cheering his character, because I think that it is very difficult to cheer Donald Trump's character.
So, okay, I like the fact that Ben Shapiro has basically said, look, no, sometimes I'm pro-Trump, sometimes I'm against Trump. Because that basically says that the conservatives... And look, I don't like using Ben Shapiro as an example because the guy, I want to wring his neck. But anyway, I don't like Ben Shapiro, not because of what he is, right-wing watch, okay, forget the article, but just because of the fact that I think he is deep state. I think he is war hawk, like a lot of them, but anyway. But yeah, I like the fact that Ben Shapiro turned around and said, no, well, we are fully capable of criticizing the Prime Minister, or the President, sorry. We are fully capable of being objective. That sometimes we like what he does, sometimes we hate what he does. When he does something wrong, we will boo as loud as you guys. But when he cheers, when he does something right, we're going to cheer. And it makes the Conservatives seem realistic. It makes the Conservatives come across as great, as terrific, as functioning in society, where the left are just screaming at everything that Trump does. It just makes them seem deranged. You know what I mean?
More than two-dimensional.
Yeah. They're like...
I understand what you're saying.
What was that? Are you right there, Sadler?
I understand what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving along. Bill went on Epstein's jet or whatever. Ben is alt-right. He has double standards for Jews and whites. Range also says sovereignty and ethnicity are okay and important in Israel, but we can't do the same in America. Yeah, very good question. Isn't Israel becoming an ethno-state? Just saying.
It always has been.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? It's funny that. Let's keep going.
Nor do I think it's appropriate.
Well, what do you like?
Okay, so I like the tax cuts. I like
You
the
like the
movement.
tax cuts? Yeah,
It hurts me, by the way, in California, but I like it as a general policy.
Ladies, he's rich. Okay. Okay. But see, I don't even know what the Republican beliefs are. I mean, you're a young guy, but you certainly remember 2 years back when beliefs were completely the opposite of what they are now.
Well,
they were
ones?
for
Which ones?
free trade.
Okay, so when he says, ladies, he's rich.
Well, he's rich and he's in the media. So, you know.
Is
maybe
that a
that's
dog
what-
whistle? Is Bill Maher dog whistling there?
I don't know. Could, maybe. I don't think so.
Or am I just reading this way too much? And he was just, yeah. Like, interesting. But yeah, it's funny how Bill Maher doesn't actually challenge him back on the tax cuts. He just says, yeah, okay. He sort of gives in on that point.
The left doesn't argue.
No.
They like to sidestep. Whoop, dodge. Whoop,
Yeah,
dodge.
he does a lot of that in this. The Bill Maher, if you see this video before you copyright strike it, should be a football player, dude. You do great. Let's keep going.
Trade. There were
I agree with you. I agree with
giant deficit hawks.
Yep.
The Tea Party was all about we're going to solve the deficit.
Yep.
But they didn't, did they?
Well, the Democrats ain't gonna do it either, so.
I know, but they didn't say they were.
Right.
The Tea Party kept saying, we have got to get this deficit down. This motherfucker has ran up $1 trillion in 6 months. What about Russia? They used to be the enemy. What about free trade? I mean, how do you turn on a dime so quickly in a couple of years?
Well, I mean, obviously it's been very frustrating to me to watch so many Republicans do exactly that.
I just want to say it's interesting the fact that here he's very polite and he's very chivalrous and everything like that. But later on, he does not give Ben the chance to answer the questions before he fires at him and rapid set. It's very interesting to watch this a second time devolve into what will actually be Bill Maher just bashing or trying to bash Ben with a whole bunch of talking points, and not giving Ben a chance to answer them very well. But anyway, what are you going to say, officer?
There's one specific phrase in there that just I have to like hold in laughter. We never said we were going to. No shit. You don't give a fuck about the deficit.
Yeah, that's a
You
good
just want
point.
to stay in power.
Yeah, very good point. He actually does, fully admit and fully own the fact that they do not care about the deficit.
Yeah. Because you can just print more money.
Yeah. But anyway.
Just raise that debt ceiling.
As for Trump, look, I don't like the fact that he has this $1 trillion deficit. We've ran it up $1 trillion. I'd have to fact check that, mind you, obviously. But yeah, I don't like that. But it has only been 2 years into his presidency, so we don't know what the next budget's going to be like. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Incredibly critical of Republicans who have suddenly become fans of Vladimir Putin or have suddenly become fans of tariffs. I think all of that is idiocy. But again, I think that with regard to judges, with regard to taxes, with regard to Middle Eastern policy, particularly Iran and Israel, I'm much more of a fan of President Trump than I certainly would have been of Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama. And by the way, I didn't vote for President Trump in the last election because of my concerns about him.
Okay, so you would not vote for a Democrat under any circumstance or some circumstance?
I mean, I would say...
I'm going to pause it there because this answer is really good and I don't want to go over the 30 seconds. Is it funny how Ben Shapiro is a fan of Trump's Israel stance, by any chance?
Yeah.
Anyway, moving along off that nuclear bomb that we're not going to sit on. But yeah, I like the fact that Ben Shapiro basically sits there and just rattles off all the things that he likes about what Trump is doing at the moment. And he admits some of the things he's not liking. But yeah. Can we do an investigation into the current New South Wales Australian rips knee gene trend? Given the Urban Dictionary definition, it helps me every day understand. Sorry, we want to do an investigation into the current New South Wales Australian rips knee gene trend? Am I missing something here, or...?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Let me know in the chat, Truth. I'll try and find out exactly what you mean by that. And Range has just also said, Russia is not the enemy and it's not free trade. That's what we had. Everyone's unfairly tariffs or taxes us. Yeah. So just on the tariffs very, very quickly. The reason why the US is having this trade war, so to speak, is because the US would sell some of their goods to like Canada, for example, and they would be charged 250%. But when the US would buy things from Canada, they would only be charged 10%. So at the end of the day, yeah, that unfairness in the trade is why the US is going to these trade wars. So Trump is actually doing a really, really good thing for America, trying to sort that out. Range says, laugh my ass off. Ben is cucking by letting Bill do the right. Sorry, letting Bill dog the right. Ben is just taking by kind of saying I'm with them but not them. Yeah. Well, yeah. Are we really that surprised that Ben Shapiro is cucking? But anyway, moving along.
Some circumstance, but the Democratic Party would have to stop being insane, meaning that they would actually have to approach something like moderation in terms of policy and also present a face that doesn't look like people shouting down people at gas stations or entering restaurants and trying to throw them out.
Okay, well, if you're talking about the civility thing, why don't we start with the Republicans stop saying lock her up? You don't think that's a worse abridgment of civility?
I don't think it's...
I mean, and it's not just lock her up. He talked about locking Comey up. He talks about locking...
Okay, so on that, there is a... this is where I have a... Okay, Ben, really, dude, you didn't challenge this. And this is where I agree with what I think it was Truth is saying. Was it Truth or Range? Range, actually. What Range is actually saying in chat. There is a big difference between saying lock her up, meaning Hillary Clinton, who has gone through and broken the law, and by someone going through and not being civil or whatnot when it comes to Trump supporters.
I mean, not being civil to Trump supporters, that's just fancy language for saying harassing the shit out of Trump administration.
Yeah, exactly. Harassing Trump administration. We've had a guy literally who did a video yesterday or the day before where he was punched on his front lawn for having a Trump flag. Some kid had a drink thrown in his face and his hat stolen because he was at Whataburger having a mega hat on. Like, the left isn't being uncivil to someone who has broken the law like what we are claiming with Hillary Clinton. And I say claiming because I'm covering my ass here. But at the end of the day, allegedly, even according to the investigation done by the government, the Congress, you know, they're sitting there scratching their heads saying, what the hell was this investigation? What were you doing? But moving along. But at the end of the day, there is a big difference between someone calling out the Clintons because they are criminals, allegedly, and someone saying on the Democratic side, we're going to harass Trump supporters because we don't like their boss.
Yeah. Yeah, and apologies for that loud crack. That was me dropping my phone.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Was it really that bad, was it?
Yep.
Yeah. Someone wrote, okay, so Range said, okay, didn't know where you stood on Ben. I got you on now. Yeah. Truth, WikiLeaks never had to pay the 100,000 bounty for the TPP docs. Okay. Really? Okay. Anyway. Range says, lol, calling out Clinton in particular or people in particular is not the same thing as calling out an entire group of people or party. Yeah, exactly, Range. That's what we're saying. At the end of the day, what they're doing at the moment is basically saying that it's equivalent to us calling out a criminal because of who we work for. This is the left. This is the bonkers left that literally thinks that calling out someone who's a criminal... Comey leaked information, allegedly. Criminal, allegedly. Clinton. God knows how many laws that woman allegedly broke. I'm saying allegedly here because I'm covering my ass and I don't want to end up in a George Soros court. But, yeah, at the end of the day, allegedly broke the law. They're criminals, allegedly. Like, criminals.
I mean, even more than just that, it's like comparing one person to, like, kids getting assaulted.
Yeah. Like, anyway, moving along.
It's just a really bad point that he's
There's
making.
a guy who said locked.
Sorry?
I was just saying, Bill Maher is just making a really fucking bad point right there.
Yeah.
It's a horrible comparison.
Yeah, and I think by now he's starting to realize, oh shit, this is Ben Shapiro. I'm getting Shapiro'd right now. Because whether you like Ben Shapiro or not, he is brilliant at this quick fire, making you look like a complete idiot on stage. And you see Bill Maher's face, and he's sort of sitting there thinking like, oh. Truth says, IG report gives them all the summaries, says no. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry, IG report gives them all the summary, then it says it's no in the summary. Yeah, exactly, Truth. I don't even get me started on that summary, okay? Yeah, but anyway, let's keep going.
Tim Kaine up. How about we stop the lock them up? Shouldn't the civility argument start there before we can?
No, because they're criminals, you frigging moron. Let's not lock up the criminals. Oh, please don't.
Bill Maher is such an idiot.
Oh, to make you
Because they're not advocating calling people getting locked up just for having MAGA hats on.
Yeah, like, you know, like, let's not talk about people that want to beat people before wearing a hat. But hey, if it's a criminal, let's not lock it up. Like, this whole argument is being pushed by the left. She lost the election. The amount of people that flood my DMs or my notifications. Oh, she lost the election. It doesn't really matter now. She's a criminal.
Yeah. I advocate for locking up
allegedly.
criminals.
Sorry, allegedly a criminal. Sorry, what were you saying? Sorry, is that what we saying?
Oh, I was saying, I advocate for the locking up of criminals.
Yes! Lock them
Such a
up!
hardline policy to take.
I know, we're so radical. Lock up the criminals. Yeah. God forbid the left don't want to do that. I have no idea why. Probably half of their political force will be in jail. But anyway, moving along.
Oh, they'll lock us up.
Yeah.
You know.
How many times have you been put in Facebook jail before you delete your Facebook account?
Too many.
It's not really the same as locking up, though, is it?
One of these days, I'm going to have ASIO at my door locking me up, probably.
Yeah. If that happens, you don't know me, all right? Just saying. Truth, Australia. Hillary is a criminal. There is no intent to the holding of classified information on non-secure approved devices. The problem with that, Truth, is the fact that that law that they're stating doesn't actually mean there has to be intent. That was funny, fancy speak by the Democrats to cover that. But the fact is that law, you don't actually need intent to lock her up. She is still broken the laws by sharing that classified information.
It's federal laws.
Yes.
What do they think the word classified means?
It means you can't write it out on your toaster.
Don't fucking go scratching it into a bathroom stall.
Now, remember, it's classified information. You're not supposed to show it to anybody. But please feel free to back this up on a private server. By the way, Kumi allegedly had one himself. And apparently, allegedly, Obama was emailing Hillary on her private server. But allegedly, they didn't know anything about it. Oh, yeah, don't even get me started on Strzok. Go! Move on.
About who gets their entree?
Well, it isn't just about who gets their entree. It's about who gets harassed in public. By the way, I'm not going to make excuses for.
But which is more important?
Well, I think that all of it is important. If you're going to ask me, I think we can chew gum and walk at the same time, can't we? Can't we just say incivility is bad across the board?
Yes, but you can't be a person...
Why is it that we're only opposed when you're a Democrat? You're only opposed to incivility when it's Donald Trump. But suddenly Maxine Waters is anti-Maxine.
Because, Ben, you can't walk into a room and see an elephant and a mouse and not know which one is bigger.
But it's not an elephant and a mouse. It's two elephants.
It is. Really?
Yes.
Threatening to lock up journalists...
I needed 600 officers to protect me at Berkeley. Yes, it's...
Yeah, Ben sort of does really... I really wish he would go harder on this point. But I really did think he did okay, but I really wish he would have really gone push back harder. You can already see Bill Maher starting to think, oh shit, I'm getting Shapiro'd right now.
Bill was just trying to interrupt him so hard.
Oh yeah, he does not want Ben speaking on this. He realizes that he's getting Shapiro'd right now. He knows he's getting... Yeah. Truth in Australia says C is for C is for everyone. C. that is probably what she thought. Oh, look, everybody can see this. See? The hole still exists for the removal of data. That's why it's hidden. Range, right, that would have been like if someone ran over and then said, well, I didn't mean to hit them. Yeah, exactly. That intent does not mean shit when it comes to Hillary. She allegedly broke the law. And so therefore I'm off the hook. Yeah. It's like that guy that took the photo of for example, the Navy submarine. Because he wanted to show the kids. He wanted to show his photo to the kids, to show the kids where he worked. He wasn't...
But guys, don't you remember? Trump said mean things.
But this is the thing.
Impeached right now.
That guy didn't intend to show classified information. But they still arrested. It's like intent doesn't mean shit. Oh my... Who would have thought? But anyway. Truth says she was too stupid to understand. That was Kumi's outcome. Yeah, well, I think Kumi was trying to cover her ass. Well, still trying to seem nonpartisan. But anyway, let's keep going.
An elephant and an elephant. Yes, it's an elephant and an elephant. When Joe Biden in 2012 says to Mitt Romney that he's going to put y'all back in chains about black people. This stuff pre-existed Donald Trump.
But that didn't come from the president at Berkeley.
It came from the vice president when he was saying that Mitt Romney, the cleanest person ever, okay, was a guy who was going to put y'all back in chains. To pretend incivility started with Donald Trump.
No, not incivility, but I'm talking about the level to which it's at, where you're threatening.
I agree with you.
Do you really think Donald Trump respects the rule of law? I mean, if somebody...
No, but I think the Constitution itself is a...
Wow. So their argument is that civility now is dead, not because Trump started it, but Trump just made it worse. So let's blame Trump, even though Trump didn't start it.
Trump didn't make anything worse. The left did.
And
to say that Trump doesn't respect the law, goodness gracious.
Yeah, your candidate literally broke it, allegedly.
It's like saying I don't like my neighbor, so I'd burn their house down. It's their fault for me not liking them.
Yeah.
Literally, allegedly. That's a good one, dude.
Keep going.
Pretty damn durable document, thank God.
I've read your tweets like about Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Now, I have some problems with her, too. But you would vote for Trump over her.
Yes.
Tell me why.
Okay, so the reason I'd vote for Trump over her is because I agree with him a lot more on policy, and I actually believe a lot of the damage that he has done to the country in terms of social fabric has already occurred. So I said I didn't vote for him in 2016. The reason I didn't vote for him in 2016 is because I feared the damage he would do to the social fabric, and I also didn't think he was going to govern conservative because I didn't see a lot of...
I don't know who they're speaking about here. Who are they talking about voting over for Trump?
Probably Hillary.
No, someone else.
Bernie Sanders?
No, they say a name here.
Missed it.
Yeah, I've missed it. Anyway, they're talking about someone else. It sounds like they're talking about maybe another Republican. Guys in chat, if you caught that name, please post it. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Range wrote in chat, I didn't know the First Amendment meant there was no rule of law in this country. Truth, Trump respects the law, hence executive orders. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Then Range wrote, DACA, no, not legal. Yeah, well, that DACA thing. The Democrats had a perfect excuse to fix that, and they didn't want to do it. So, but anyway, let's keep going.
Indicators of that. He's governed a lot more conservative than I thought he was going to. And as far as the damage to the social fabric, if he's already done it, I'm not actually mitigating against the damage to the social fabric by not voting for him in 2020.
Can I read your? Here's something where we sort of agree, and then I'll show you where we don't.
So I like the fact that Ben Shapiro says he's going to vote Trump 2020.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, he seems like he can make his own decisions.
Wow, conservatives can make their own choices. If only we could get the left to do that.
If only.
Okay, so chat. Truth Australia says he was forced into the temporary order. Obama signed it into the stroke of a pen by himself. No approval from anyone. Yeah, true. Obama did do a lot of executive orders. Trump has also done a lot of executive orders, which I'm not real keen on. Because A, they can be undone, and B, yeah. So.
Well, most of Trump's executive orders were to undo Obama's stuff.
Yeah, but executive orders can be very easily undone by the next president.
True.
So it's getting a case where someone's done it, then you're undoing it, but now someone else can come behind you and do it again. And I would like to see Trump go through and stop the executive orders so much when it comes to him winning in the midterms, if he wins. Presuming he will, obviously, but yeah.
Well, hopefully he passes through some legislation to keep those executive orders going. Like, as in, put a policy forward that mimics the executive order.
And then he can get the House and the Congress and everything to vote on it and to keep it. Yep, exactly what I'd like. Obama signed in. So Truth says he done it to allow law enforcers to actually enforce the law. That is true. That is actually a really good point. Range says Trump signs orders and then leaves it up to the legal process to decide on them. Yeah, I'd agree with that too. Let's keep going with this.
Okay. This is Kamala Harris tweeted, "Children are our nation's future. We must listen to them about what they care about and give them a voice in our government." And you wrote, "Ridiculous." I'm with you. They're children. They don't get a voice. And I think I know what she meant, but it's poorly worded. And you wrote, "Children should not have a voice in our government. They're children." And you're right. This is where the left drives me crazy. But then you wrote about children, "They are also incapable of fully rational thought, thoroughly uncivilized, and completely driven by immediate..."
Interesting thing, wasn't Bill Maher going through and saying that we should listen to children who were talking about the gun debate?
Actually, I think he's reading what Ben Shapiro wrote.
Yeah, no, but he agrees. He said that he agreed with Ben Shapiro there.
A lefty being a hypocrite? Gosh.
Oh, no.
Goodness.
I'll take myself outside later and I'll smack myself with the paddle. But yeah. Seems like good times. But yeah, who would have thought the left being a hypocrite? But yeah, it's interesting that fact that he's actually now said that when, from my recollection, and please, obviously, guys, I don't watch Bill Maher's show, so please let me know in the chat if I'm wrong. But wasn't Bill Maher saying that we should listen to the children of Florida who were talking about gun control?
I mean, shit, I went to high school in the U.S. Kids here aren't civilized. What Ben Shapiro said about it, or what the quote is completely accurate.
Yeah, well, that's actually the thing too, yeah.
Full rational thought.
Exactly. They're kids. They don't have rational thought because at the end of the day, they are young. They are still developing minds. They are still... Your brain hasn't... I forget the term now, but your brain hasn't fully functioned until your mid-20s.
Developed,
yeah. There was actually a technical term I was thinking of it, but anyway. Okay, so Truth in Australia says, yes, that's why he's pushing Congress to solve this. Range says he puts things in front of the line to get done. He doesn't decide them all by himself. That's very true too. Producer, yeah, just like how Trump's wall will be destroyed someday by leftists. If it involves a whole bunch of leftists running headfirst into the wall to try and knock it down, I support that. Truth in Australia. Allegedly. Truth in Australia. If you're not leftist in your youth and you're conservative in your senior. So if you're not a leftist in your youth and a leftist in your senior. Yeah. I think what you're saying there is the fact that people will always tend to go towards the conservative side when they get later in life. So that is actually very true as well. Let's keep going.
Immediate emotional response. I can't think of a more perfect description of Donald Trump. So, when you wrote that, you didn't see the irony when you wrote that tweet and described children that way. It never entered your mind that Donald Trump fit that perfectly?
Well, I don't believe that Donald Trump is a person whose views are leading in my imagination.
It's funny, they constantly, like, what happened to civility? I thought civility was going to be on this show. It's already starting to break down with Bill Maher in that, but anyway. Constantly interrupting Ben, and don't worry, it gets worse. But what I was going to say was, it's weird. They're constantly talking about how Trump is a child, and this is something that Ben Shapiro actually tackles head on later. This is when you know you're getting Shapiro'd, when you say something 5 minutes and then 5 minutes later you say something else, and Ben Shapiro will ask you to clarify because you seem to be contradicting yourself. Remember what Bill Maher has just said then, right? He's referred to Trump as being a child. Let's keep going.
Where the country ought to go. I mean, I don't look to Donald Trump as a thought leader. I wouldn't look to a child as a thought leader. I don't look to Donald Trump as a thought leader. So
what are you talking about? He's the president of the United States. He's not the thought leader?
Nope.
Can he have some thoughts?
I don't know, can he? You tell me.
I don't know. Well, it seems like his only thoughts, to me, are to work with Vladimir Putin to make Russia great again. And what I don't understand...
He's been a lot harsher on Putin than Obama was, by the way.
Harsher on Putin?
Not in terms of his rhetoric, in terms of his actions. He has armed the people of Ukraine with deadly...
I love Ben Shapiro right about now. I'm like... I'm sorry, but... He is literally on Bill Maher's show, sticking it to Bill Maher and making Bill look like a complete tool, which is very easy to do, but regardless. He's right. Trump has given guns to the Ukrainians, which has caused a headache for Putin. Also, didn't Putin have more sanctions put against it lately?
I think so.
Yeah. So, you know, how exactly is he Putin guy when... He really hasn't done anything to help Russia out lately. I think even Putin turned around lately and said that they would have preferred Clinton in because it would have been more easier for him. So, yeah. Let's keep going.
Weaponry, which Obama would not do. 200 Russian soldiers were killed in Syria by U.S. forces under Donald Trump, not under Barack Obama. It was Barack Obama who was saying to Dmitry Medvedev that he wanted to provide him with flexibility in 2012. Crimea was annexed under Barack Obama.
Wow. This reminds me of when people Hitchens used to come on the show and try to convince me that Saddam Hussein was, you know, a radical Islamist when he was actually a secularist. You have to go a long way to make that argument.
Not on policy.
It's funny. He doesn't actually hit back at him, does he?
No, that was a dodge.
Oh, yeah. Sidestepper Bill here to play football. Watch me play for the Yankees. Yeah. But
I'm not sure what kind of point he's trying to make by pointing out that Saddam was a secularist instead of a radical.
It's a dodge.
Look at his actions.
Yeah, it's a dodge.
His stance doesn't make a difference.
Isn't a secular the same thing?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I didn't know what he meant by that.
In some religions, being secular to the religion could be the same thing.
I'd have to look that up. By the way, guys, super chats will be read at the end. So yeah, I do know that I have 2 at the moment. Yay! But I'll read them all at the end, guys. Although there is only 2, I could probably knock them out real quick now if you want. Let me know in chat if you want me to read out the super chats during the show or at the end of the show, guys. Let me know. Truth in Australia: if you're not a leftist in your youth, you're a conservative in your senior. You said that already. That was the most stupid segue. Got caught. Yeah. Bill Maher's literally getting roasted right now. He's getting Shapiro'd. And for me to say that makes me actually... I don't like Ben Shapiro much because I think he's deep state and whatnot, controlled op. But I don't know. I'm warming up a little bit to him. Instead of being frozen right now, I don't know, hypothermic maybe. Producer, Ukraine is a CIA shithole. Yeah, totally agree it's a shithole. Truth, did Ukraine build North Korea rocket engines? No, but interesting, isn't it? Range says they paid read them out. Okay, no worries. So producer $2 says totally normal. I don't know what the totally normal was all about. I think that was about the Clinton, was it?
I think so.
Yeah, yep. And the last one was my mate Satellite, who's sitting in... You don't have to give me money, dude. It's fine. Says, here's your second.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
it's just the second one.
I don't know.
That's all.
Anyway,
I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to throw one until someone first.
Someone says you're reading ours, then you can read theirs first in one. Yeah, that seems like good.
So you broke up a lot when you were saying that. What was that?
Who, me?
Oh, lordy.
What? You there?
You're just coming really badly.
Dokily. And we're waiting for...
Oh, are you guys still there?
Yep, still here.
Yeah,
yep, okay, I'm back.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. I might have to reset my modem one day. It seems to be causing a bit of problems. Okay, we're back apparently. Wow, okay, so the internet...
That might...
Yeah, I don't know. It's been doing this for a little while now. They are upgrading the NBN in my area, so it could be that. But anyway. Range says they paid. Read them out. Okay, apparently I have lost...
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just waiting for it to come back.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, things are not going well.
It's a little bit of a stumbling block.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Technical difficulties.
Is the stream dead now?
Yeah, well... Okay, we should be back now. Okay, I'm green again on Discord, and not red again, and green again, and red again, and all right, we'll try and wrap it up pretty. We've only got like 3 more minutes, so. Okay, can you guys hear me? Yep. Okay. I think it might be the VPN, actually. I think that might be causing the problems. Yeah. So, rocket engines. Let's see if that fixes it. No, okay. No, I think it's a YouTube thing. We'll just have to keep going with the stream and hopefully they can catch up. But yeah, let's keep going.
How can you not? How can you not?
Okay, so I do not, because I watched that campaign. I don't think that Donald Trump could collude with his own left foot.
Well, I don't think he did it, but his son did it. The people who Mueller is
And when
indicting.
the evidence comes out, I'm happy to go for the indictments. I'm fine with the indictments.
Great.
Okay, criminal activity is criminal activity.
But you see
That's
what
fine.
you see.
But I'm not going to attribute to Trump something he didn't do when he's too ignorant to have done it.
Well, he's not too ignorant. He's not too ignorant to be a criminal, Ben. He's been a criminal his whole life.
Okay, but
we've seen that.
So that's interesting. They're claiming that Trump is a criminal his whole life.
What was that?
They're claiming that Trump is a criminal, has been a criminal his whole life. That's interesting. I'd like to see the proof of that, but anyway. Interesting thing is that...
Citation.
Yeah, citation definitely needed. Am I better for you guys now? Is it clearer?
Your stream is literally live. I can see it playing.
Alright, sweet, cool. Yeah, guys, look, I am working on my internet provider. I am getting NBN, hopefully soonish, but they're just, they're upgrading the network. And apparently I've dropped out of YouTube again. So let's keep going.
Bill,
he's a scam artist. He's a con artist.
I don't know how I turned into the Trump defender here, but is he a doofus or is he an evil genius? You got to pick one.
Okay. Actually, you don't. You don't have to pick one.
Really?
Look, I'm not saying he's like Hitler, but I am
but
not.
Here is very.
But Hitler was crazy, and he was a genius at what he did, which was lie and manipulate people. So you.
But the thing is that he said that Trump is stupid, and then he's saying that Trump is intelligently smart. His response is, so Hitler was incredibly smart and manipulative. Great. But are you saying Hitler was stupid? Because that's what you said. You said Trump was stupid, and then Trump was smart. You went through on both sides of the argument. He's played word games here, and Ben Shapiro didn't catch it, and I was a little bit annoyed about that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, we'll wrap it up soon, guys. Let's keep going.
Can be both. Okay, but let's get back to Russia, because. First of all, why a nice Jewish boy like you wants to be on Team Treason, I have no idea. But,
dude, I'm happy to wait for the Mueller indictments, and if they come down and they target Trump, I'm happy to see him impeached. But I need to see evidence. Where's the evidence?
But you know that the Republican Congress, we saw it this week with Rosenstein at Congress, they are trying to win Rosenstein so they...
I'd just like to say that, for the record, Team Treason is a little bit harsh, considering I believe it's the Democrats that are burning the American flags, not the Republicans.
Funny that.
What do you guys reckon? Who do you reckon is more treasonous, the Republicans or the Democrats?
Well, definitely the Democrats.
What about you, Slaps?
Publicly calling for civil unrest against American citizens. You tell me.
Yeah, seems like the Republicans are more patriotic to me. Like they're getting around with American flags and all that sort of stuff. It's the left that wanted to burn the American flag and not stand for the flag and not stand for the anthem and stuff, isn't it? It's weird that he's calling us treasonous, isn't it? But anyway, let's keep going.
Can get rid of him so we don't ever see. They don't want us ever to see it. They know there's something, probably 1,000 things in there that are incredibly damning. You don't think that's
and if they impeach Rosenstein and if Trump replaces...
Is that a line for you?
I don't know it's the final line because there's still another step that has to happen. Rosenstein has to be replaced by somebody who then fires Mueller. So if Rosenstein is fired and Mueller is left to his own devices, which is basically, by the way, what happened with this investigation when Comey was fired, then I don't see where the line is. Mueller is the one who matters here, not Rosenstein.
But Mueller's report goes to the Deputy Attorney General, and if Trump puts Scott Baio in that position...
I don't want Trump to fire Mueller. I want Mueller to keep going and spinning his wheels, because the more he does it, the more people realise that it was a complete false flag and that Trump never did anything wrong. But... yeah, let's keep going.
He can just throw it in the trash.
And if he throws it in the trash or quashes the Mueller investigation, then yes, impeachment should be on the table.
Thank you, Ben. I want to do it again. I appreciate you coming by. I know Friday night's a tough one for you. All right, Ben Shapiro, give him a hand.
So, that's it there. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you reckon Ben won that, or do you reckon Bill Maher, or what do you reckon?
Bill didn't really make any solid points or followed up on any points that he did make.
True. He did get Ben Shapiro to admit that Trump should be impeached if he squashes the Mueller investigation, though. That I find a little bit worrying.
Yeah, that's a bit worrying.
All right, we might wrap it up here because my internet seems to be playing up again, yet again. Weird. But yeah, apart from that, guys, look, obviously at the end of the day, final thoughts from you guys before we wrap it up?
Yeah, this has been a good one. Lots of good stories.
Yeah.
Some of them very terrible, like the baby thing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not even a parent, and that I was annoyed by that. I was furious with that, but regardless.
Yeah.
I guess Bill Maher and Ben Shapiro is the best palate cleanser we could have in this situation.
I know. The fact I'm defending Ben Shapiro, like, God, who would have thought? But anyway. I don't know. Apart from that, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the chat regarding any of these stories. Feel free to hit me up in the comments section. Obviously, I will be checking these. I always do check the comments, even if I don't respond. Apart from that, guys, obviously, if this video's been helpful, please smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome, subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I will see you in the next definitely demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.